Hello everyone, this is Hadrian. Thank you for watching. It's time to play some more of The Long Dark in Season 2 of our Against All Odds series. If by any chance you missed the introduction to this series and you want to know more about what The Long Dark is, what Against All Odds is, or how I'm going to make Season 2 different from Season 1, I'll talk about it a little bit in the series to come, but you can always go back and watch the introduction video, which was immediately prior to this one. It's about 6 minutes long and just gives you a primer on everything I'm going to be doing here if you're trying to decide if you want to watch this series. But otherwise, I'm going to assume you are here because you want to jump into gameplay. So let's do that. We're going to go to sandbox mode. We are going to play on Stalker difficulty again. Season 1 of Against All Odds was the very first time that I ever played on Stalker difficulty. So this hopefully will have given me a bit of practice, but they have made some changes, making Stalker a bit more difficult. So, you know, in the first couple of practice runs that I've done, making sure I, remember how to play this game, I have definitely run into some interesting challenges where I feel like there were some moments that were decidedly harder than the time I had in Against All Odds Season 1. So this is still going to be pretty intense for me. We're going to play on that difficulty level, the highest difficulty level of the game. And we're going to start in Mystery Lake. Again, this is the original zone of the Long Dark. For those of us who have been playing the Long Dark for the longest time, this is the zone we're most familiar with. And so with that in mind, I'm going to get it out of the way first, just because it's easiest for me that way, and I think it'll be easiest for you that way, whether you are Long Dark veteran players or you just watched Against All Odds Season 1. So it is the same place we started, but we're not necessarily going to start in the exact same spot in Mystery Lake, so it will still be a different experience. And then finally, we're going to play as Jennifer Hale's survivor rather than Mark Mears. Again, I mulled switching to the male survivor character. My original thinking with Against All Odds Season 1 was, you're going to hear me talking all the time. It would be confusing to hear another male voice, for some people. And so I was like, well, let's just go with, Jennifer Hale. I love both voice actors, so it's not like I have a preference for one or the other. But, after playing through Season 1 of Against All Odds and just joking so much about Jennifer Hale's quips and, her voice acting job, it just wouldn't feel like the same series if we didn't continue it as that character. And I'll talk more about that as we go into it. So, this is Against, not Against. Against All Odds S2. Let's get started. A mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? The real question is which quote is going to be on the screen. The foraging for food and water, the struggle for life in a world without masters, housed in a body that man had made dependent on himself. Richard Matheson, I Am Legend. Oh, hey, I think this is the very first... No, it's not. It's not. Never mind. For a second, I thought this was the very first zone that I ever started out in the Long Dark. There are a couple of places where you start out in a cave, and the very first time I ever booted up Long Dark, I did definitely begin in a cave. All right, no wolves nearby. Let's take a visit to this... Let's take a visit to this hunting stand here and see if there's anything we could use in it. There's a deer up there. I hear a wolf. Alright, There's a first aid kit. Sewing kit. Nothing else. Alright, so the wolf is just kind of hanging out up there. Interesting that we encounter a wolf in the first few seconds of gameplay. Alright, he's going to run off because he's confused by our little shelter here. Some wolves are capable of finding their way up steps like this. For instance, Fluffy in the dam. Our good friend Fluffy. Alright, I'm going to take the opportunity that he just gave us and run, because that wolf is already on his way back. So we're going to hightail it. There's a deer over there, so that deer's probably... that deer's days are limited, sadly. Now we're going to head down this way. I'm trying to remember where I am right now. Exactly, in the Long Dark. Oh, wait. Wait. I think I know. Or maybe I don't. This is... Oh, yes. Yes, I do. Okay. We are heading towards Mystery Lake. If I go this way, I should... I thought one of those rabbits was a wolf, I swear. If we go this way, I should find my way to some more familiar territory. So, one thing I mentioned in the introduction that I'm definitely going to be doing in this series, this is definitely Season 2 of a series that I've already, done a nearly 80 episode run in. I hope to reach 80 episodes again. We'll see how this goes. Like I said, Stalker mode, the past few times I've practiced for this series, has challenged me a couple of times in some unexpected ways. I did one run a couple of days ago where I didn't find any antibiotics, like anywhere. I explored most of Mystery Lake, and then I got bitten by a wolf, and the infection set in, and I pretty much had no chance. So I was like, oh crap, I hope that doesn't happen when I'm recording. But, so what we're going to do is try and surpass the original series if possible, or try to at least get close to it. And that involves playing as if we're kind of a reincarnation of a rebirth, if you will, of our character from the first series. So I'm not going to pretend or role play like I'm experiencing all of these areas for the first time, or like these are all new areas to me, because that's just not the case. Okay, I know where I am. Cool. So there's our base camp right there. So we need to get there pretty soon. But I'm going to take the opportunity to explore some of these fishing huts while I'm out here. So yeah, I mean, I will be exploring some new areas that they've set up, so that'll be new. But, like, for instance, I'm not going to act like I don't know the way to Timberwolf Mountain. Stuff like that. I am definitely going to be commentating as if I have been to these places before, because I have. All right. Newsprint. Ooh, a hatchet. Very good. Tinder plug. Let's see what's in these cupboards. Cardboard matches. Rifle round. Alright, so at least we're blocked from the wind where we are right now. Plastic container. New fleece sweater. I don't think that's better than what we're wearing right now, but we can try it. No, it's not. But the clothing items we have right now are in very poor condition, so I'm going to have to address that pretty soon. I don't see any wolves out on the lake right now, so I'm going to be a bit of an opportunist. I'm going to pay a visit to some of the other fishing huts while I can. Yeah, we are at risk for hypothermia. We're going to need to get inside really fast, but I'm just trying to get as much done as I can as soon as possible. Okay, some ragged ski gloves, cardboard matches, Stacy's grape soda, candy bar, very good. Newsprint. All right. And some pork and beans. I don't think I've actually found pork and beans in a couple of runs of The Long Dark. It's like one of the most frequent items when you first play. But tell you what, I'm gonna head to base camp before much more time goes by. Actually, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna take a bit of a roundabout route because I want to explore to see if one of the possible rifle spawn locations is there. And also notice there's a rope climbing area right up. It's right in front of us. You can see the anchor rock at the top of that ridge, whatever. I was about to say redge. And then there's a rope hanging down from that. So that's an area we're going to have to explore. I've been up there once, but I didn't get a chance to explore it too much. So we'll poke our heads around there. So I'm going to go this way, and on the other end of this chasm is the camp office that we're trying to reach. So we're very cold, and we've got a new interface here. It's pretty cool too. We have a 15% risk for hypothermia as long as I'm out in this weather. So we need to get out of this weather as soon as possible. But right up around this corner is one of the possible locations. I don't see any birds circling, though, so that indicates... because usually you find a rifle and a corpse here. But if there's no birds, that indicates there's no corpse. Yeah. Okay, so no rifle. It's usually, like, right here in this stretch. All right, let me get inside as soon as possible. And see if we can find... See if we can find something in the camp office that we need. Hopefully I find some antibiotics and antiseptic. Because that one playthrough I had medical supplies just not readily available to me. And those, when you get bitten by wolves, are indispensable. If you don't have them, you slowly die. If your wound gets infected anyway. I'm gonna peek across real quick and see if there's a body over there, because there sometimes is. Nope, there's not. All right. Let's step up here and step inside. Let's light a match and see what we find in here. Herbal tea. Alright, filing cabinet. What do you got for me? Some cloth. Okay, that'll be good for repairing some of my items that I found. Or repairing some of the items that I'm wearing, rather. I don't think any of the items that I've found so far that are wearable are worth having on. But I'll take a quick look. Yeah, we found some gloves that are in... They're not in as good condition as the ones I'm wearing. And the ones I'm wearing are in crap condition. If that says anything. We only have... a match. Matches.
Come in handy.
All right, nothing in there. Chocolate bar. Lantern fuel, definitely useful, but we need a lantern. Thank you, game, but no thanks. All right, and now for the moment of truth. Is there a body in here? No, there is not. Okay. Sometimes there's a body. It's always a bit more comfortable when we have to camp out here and there's not a body waiting for us. Another fleece sweater. That's nice and useless. Okay. Painkillers. A magnifying lens. Some worn jeans. So at least we have lots of materials which we can use to break down and repair our clothing. And we did find a sewing kit. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this bedroll so we can break it down as well. And let's go ahead and attend to our clothing. All right, so I'm going to break down this item and get 10 cloth. What else can we break down? We can break down these worn fleece sweaters. Let's harvest that one. We're not recovering condition very fast. I would assume that's because we're actually... Yeah, it feels like 32 degrees. We're right at freezing right now because the clothes that we have are in such crappy condition. So hopefully when I repair some of these items, you'll start to see our condition rise a little bit. And last but not least, let's harvest these gloves. We've got about 4 hours of daylight left. An interesting start to the series here, because we haven't found too much in the way of food, I don't believe. Yeah, there's not a whole lot, but at least we found a lot of clothing related items. So we also don't have any kind of coat. We're wearing like underwear basically, so that's a big problem. Let's go ahead and repair this stuff. So this should jump up after this repair. Yeah, up to 33 degrees. Oh, we failed. That's not nice. Failed again. All right. So that's repaired. Can we potentially repair those? Nope. We need leather to repair those. So let's go ahead and repair these wool socks. Yeah, it's very unusual. Wow, we failed again. I've never failed this many times in a row to repair clothes. It's crazy. All right. Let's take a look at what we have food-wise. Not a lot. So we're going to drink this. And that was actually the last we have as far as anything we can use to drink. So we're very light on supplies. Let's go ahead and see if we can start a fire so we can get some water. Do I have wood matches? No, I don't. I have one thing of accelerant. I'm not very keen on using it. But I probably should, just to guarantee that we can start this fire. Well, I'm a 65% chance. I'm gonna risk it, because accelerant is one of those things you use in emergencies. We're not necessarily in an emergency right now. We're just kind of light on water. Not the best thing. right. All right, we're going to use our other tinder plug, and we're going to try that. No, not back. Dang it. There we go. We're going to try again. 65% chance. That's a little bit better, of course, than half and half. It's a little bit better than 3 out of 5. So, really? All right, so that didn't work. Tell you what, let me go ahead and break this down, because that'll give us some additional tinder plugs, which is really what we need. All right, we have 4 new tinder plugs now, so that we should, just based on chances alone, this fire should start, because we have a 3 out of 5 chance, and we just wasted our 2 failures. So the random number generator would really have to hate me right now.
Come on, little fire.
If this fire failed. And we're playing on Stalker difficulty, so that's entirely possible. I hear happy noises. That sounds good. Perfect. Fire starting skill increased. Let's add some fuel to the fire. And now let's get some water. We're going to melt, no, not 1 gallon. No, we're just going to melt 0.4 gallons, because we don't have a lot of time on this burn. But thankfully the fire is helping us warm up really fast. And now we're going to boil it, which won't take as long. And we now have water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break down. I'm going to eat this energy bar too, because we need the calories. But I'm going to go ahead and break down some of the other items here. Thankfully, we have a hatchet. I'm going to go ahead and use it. Makes it a little easier to break stuff down. All right, there's our reclaimed wood. We're going to add this to the fire. And we're going to use that to melt a little bit more snow. Get some more water. It'll be heavier to carry around, but it looks like since we're light on supplies, having more water than less is going to be a good thing, especially because we're about to need to go to sleep. And once we do that, all right, let's go ahead and rest for 7 hours. We'll put our condition back up to 100%. One of the things they changed in the most recent update to the game is they made rest resource-based, as they call it. We woke up fully rested. So this is what happens. You wake up when you're fully rested. You no longer just sleep through the night. Interestingly, you still sleep through poor conditions, but if you're fully rested, you'll wake up. So like, let's say I were to get hypothermic in the middle of the night, you will still sleep through that. I have tried it. And not good things happened. But, all right, let's go ahead and drink a little bit more. Now, the danger right now of not having a coat is that it's really risky to go outside and really do anything. I need a coat to wear over my other gear. It's going to be light pretty soon. It's not light right now, though. Matter of fact, it's pitch black. So they added these highlight effects that are really, really useful for finding your way around in a dark night. But, you know, when you have a pitch black night like this, where there's not a cloud or there's not a star in the sky because it's cloudy, it doesn't necessarily make sense that you'd have this much light. So there are pros and cons. All right, what I'm going to do is come in here, go back upstairs, and rest. I'll see if I can rest for another hour. See, I don't have a lantern right now. I've only got matches. It's more than a little inconvenient. Yeah, I can only pass time. So passing the time should give us a little bit of light. Maybe. Nope. Still says less than 1 hour of darkness left. So let's pass some more time. There we go. All right, it says we're A little hungry, so we need to eat this moldy chocolate bar. Ew. Ew. All right, now we have some daylight. It's so nice not to have that body there. Always sucks being in here and having to shack up with a dead body. So we're at the 20-minute mark for the episode, but I think I'm going to go a little bit farther just because it's the first episode. You know, I want to do as much as possible. Yeah, so it feels like -2 degrees right now. No bueno. So I'm going to go through the cabins on the outer fringe of the lake here and explore what I can there, and hopefully find something that I can wear that's going to protect me from the cold a little bit more than what I've found so far. So I've been through that fishing hut, and I've been through that fishing hut in the fog. You can see the sun starting to poke through the clouds up there. But, different series in the Long Dark can start off so many different ways. You can start in the middle of the night with a wolf chasing you. You can start in the morning and have a beautiful sunrise, you know, and, you know, kind of welcome you to the series. And this has been an interesting start in that I'm kind of starting with meager finds in terms of resources. You know, I've been to some of the main locations that starting players can go to, like the office and some of these fishing huts, to get supplies. And I'm playing as a character that has started out with kind of light clothing as well. So it's just an interesting start for the series because, yeah, see, I'm very, very cold right now. It feels like 0 degrees. Interesting start for the series just because so far I'm not finding a lot of what I need relative to what you would normally expect in the beginning. So we have 1,000 calories stored up. That's good. All right. Oh, there's a wolf back there in the snow. There are never wolves in the snow. Never, ever, ever. It's very rare to see wolves. They usually stay on the ice. All right, sewing kit. That's actually a little bit problematic because we're going to come out of the door and he's going to be right there. Watch. Yep, here comes the wolf. Into the cabin. As quickly as possible. Alright, here is a backpack. I'm praying there's a clothing item in here. Nope, there's nothing in there. Pinnacle peaches. So we found some more food in the past couple of spots, but nothing in the way of... Tell you what, I bet I can do some more repair now. Let's at least try and repair these gloves a little bit. Ooh, starting to get hungry. All right, that's a little better. Still only 25 degrees in here right now. That is not good. Anything under the bed? Nope. All right, if I were to poke my head out, where would the wolf be? That's the next question. He's probably still nearby. This is going to be a bit annoying. Oh, maybe not. Right, I'm going to use the high ground here to kind of keep an eye out. And we're going to make our way towards the other cabins. I am really cold because I don't have a coat. Alright, not a wolf to be found. It's not a bad thing. Fur firewood, newsprint just laying on the ground. Crow feather. Frozen corpse. Please have a clothing item on you that I can take. I hate to take clothes off a body, but... Okay, nothing. Nothing in your backpack either. Wow.
Fingers are numb.
I know you're cold. I'm working on it, believe me. Alright. Let's get inside here. Backpack. Wow. Very low discovery rates here. Plastic container. Anything? Energy bar. Okay, got some food at least, but nothing to stay warm. This is crazy. All right. Next cabin. Stacy's grape soda. Not just any grape soda, but Stacy's grape soda. Fire log. That's good, at least. Plastic container with nothing in it. Dog food. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Yes, you could eat the dog food. And yes, we probably will at some point. All right, we're going to make our way over to the final cabin with fingers crossed like you would not believe. Okay. So, interestingly, when making your way over to the final cabin, pro tip here, if you're coming from this direction, you can go behind these rocks. If you are coming from the opposite direction, you cannot go behind these rocks. So if you're trying to go from the far cabin that I'm on my way to now, back to the cabins that I just started from, then you're going to be in trouble. But you can climb up here, climb over, and it's easy. Oh, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign that there are crows right there. That means we might be about to find a gun. That's a very, very, very good sign. I'm at risk for hypothermia on account of how cold I am. Yes, this is... At least this is good. And maybe the guy will have... This is why it's a good sign. Hunting rifle. Pretty good condition, too. Now, do you have clothing on you that can actually help me? Wood matches. That's not helping me at all, except for the fact that I am using a lot of matches to light my way right now, so that's kind of helpful. Alright, so we've got a gun, at least. How many bullets, though, is the question. 2. Newsprint roll. Let's use some of our new matches here that we got off the corpse to take a look around. Plastic container. Nothing. Wow. This is rough. All right. There's just very little around this area. I'm hoping that like some of the more outlying areas have better results. I know you're cold. I have some firewood, so I can stop in one of these huts if I need to, and actually start a fire and warm up. So that's what I'm gonna do if I can. But I'm hoping that there's a clothing item in these huts. That's the main thing I need. Oh, good, a hunting knife. So we're finding things that we need. We found a gun, so we can kill a wolf if it charges us. But we're not finding clothing items. Stale chocolate bar. We're also finding food, which isn't bad. Food is not bad. Food is good. Tell you what. I mean, we're out here. Hang on. Let's go ahead and drink some water. Well, tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do. Since I'm here, I'm going to start a fire. can't use the magnifying lens because there's no sunlight. Have a tinder plug. Chances of starting this fire are pretty bad, so I'm going to go ahead and use my accelerant. I don't like the idea, but I need a fire right now. Alright, so now we're going to put some reclaimed wood on the fire. We have an hour and 28 minutes. Let's see how much it warms us up. Hopefully that will continue to climb. I need it to climb another, like, 10 degrees, though. I'm not optimistic that it's going to climb that far. Well, maybe so. It needs to climb actually substantially higher than 10 degrees. Nope. Need to put more wood on it. Alright, fir firewood then. Much better. Alright. So now we're going to start recovering temperature. We're not going to be as cold. And what I'm going to do is make some tea. And we're going to heat up some pork and beans too. No, don't drop the chocolate bar. I hit the wrong button. Okay, there we go. Tea. Where are you? Tea. There you go. Drink. Warm beverages, always good. Feels like 44 degrees now. And let's also heat up some pork and beans. We'll use our hunting knife to open it up. It's not the best, most efficient choice. You can see that we're getting a boost to our warmth from eating the, or from having the tea. So now we're going to do the same by eating some hot pork and beans. We're hungry anyway, so that's good. Okay, and on that note, I will go ahead and cut this episode here, and we will continue in the next episode. I'm going to try and look nearby and see if there is a prepper cache in one of the typical starting locations. And that's one of the reasons I'm warming up here. Hopefully this fog will dissipate a bit. I'm hoping it doesn't roll in further, because that would indicate some bad weather is on its way in. But that's what we'll do in the next episode. We're going to make our way up that slope and back around and all the way back here and see if a prepper cache is in place, because we need a prepper cache at this point. We need a place that has a lot of supplies and hopefully some clothing, because we just need a coat. We need something to wear that can warm us up a lot more than we are right now. So hopefully we will survive. But this is an interesting, kind of a slow, very cold, yeah, this is a start. So thanks very much for watching. If you're looking forward to watching the rest of the series and seeing just how far I can get off of this start, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I upload new episodes in Against All Odds every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT -4 for those of you not in the States. And as always, comments are always welcome. I'd love to hear from you guys, so let me know what you think, and I'll see you next episode.